Hello. So I'm gonna go do some tarantula stuff, and hopefully it's less than an hour like yesterday because that was a lot. Just gonna pick up the stand up. Yeah, I'm gonna hold my coffee while doing this. This will be tricky, and I don't succeed in tricky stuff. So here, look at the bunnies while I move the coffee first. How about that? Hey, bunny. That's Tino. Tino is a sassy rabbit. He's the boss. He's the tiny one, but he came home the first day and he learned bravery because he was the only bunny at first. And then I brought Charlie in, and then Tino had a buddy, but he never forgot that first day. It never made me forget that he was the first bunny here and all alone and very scared. And he's awesome now, much more brave. Charlie is really good at reminding us to all chill a little bit and sleep a lot, and he's self-conscious about his ears, but he's super cute. And if I could hold them right now, I would, but I can't because I gotta get to work. So yesterday, if you were following along, we organized all of the females. So we have mature females here, but they're not just mature, they are ready to pair as soon as they're ready to go. We have a little bit of time still with Apple downstairs, who just got a new tank. And then we have over here Petrie and Mickey, who had one night to kind of Shark Tank with their females. Looks like Mickey put something in the water bowl, but I don't think it's necessarily a bolus. It might just be some dry substrate. Looks like the substrate needs some water. It's been getting really dry in here. And it's so inconsistent that I accidentally overwatered a begonia, and it just flopped on me the day after, but there was no drainage in that tank. So, or not in the tank, the pot for the begonia. So hydration is important. It's inconsistent, unfortunately, because it's different levels of substrate or soil in the plants, and in the animal tanks are everywhere. And I've reduced my numbers in order to make it so it's more feasible to work with. And more feasible is more better always. So that's another reason why I only have so far 2 other species, and there might be a third other species of tarantula coming back. And I've reduced my tank, which I'm probably going to take to the school site now because it's a slime school. And this is a very simple little combination of pets for the class to have, and this was a $10 tank at Goodwill. This is a snail that popped onto a strawberry plant, and I took it home because I was like, oh, snail, and I just kind of snuck it out of the nursery. They didn't say anything. And then there's a non-native hybrid gecko, I believe this is, in here. And the reason I say hybrid is because it looks like it's got some characteristics of, well, they seem to have characteristics now of the native geckos that I remembered. So when I was a kid, the native geckos around here that I used to find under the boards were called zebra geckos. Because, we weren't cool about genus and species when I was a kid. So that is also, dang it, scared me. Okay, so those are the visual characteristics also of a Mediterranean gecko. Why the tail looks like a zebra striped tail, I don't know if there was hybridization already happening before I got this one. Also, at one point, I had to recapture this one, and I think that's when the tail came off. So we're looking forward to seeing the tail come back. And that obviously was irresponsible for me to do. So we won't be pulling the gecko out in class for every reason. This is not a tame gecko at all. But one of the characteristics of this gecko, and I've actually heard this about Mediterranean geckos, is that they do vocalize. And when I first moved back to this location, I was sitting outside and I was hearing these weird noises. And as it turned out, it was actually 2 of these geckos talking to one another. And I only remembered the striped geckos when I used to catch them as a kid talking, making little noises. Were really cute. And so yeah, that can be my simple little like school kit, and it's already got food in there because it's just a bunch of roasted roaches in the substrate. The reason why I enjoyed getting that tank was because these bean beetles, which I've been just I have no slings, but it's like, why not continue to propagate them if I can continue to just make them? Um, is it's very simple. Just stick a roll of toilet paper and some beans. Have this little section, thing at the top, and I have so I just keep like switching in between two containers where if I see it's at the end of the life cycle, I'll freeze them and then I'll put them. So like this one, you can see there's some in there. There's not enough to feed anything right now, but it's been food for the gecko, and then also um, the last batch of dubias are in there. So I have some apples I can bring to school to feed the baby dubia when I get to school so that they have food there. The gecko seems to have gotten a little bit fatter after I put the baby dubia in there, as opposed to just the bean beetles. But that can keep things simple when at school. And then I don't have to worry about like any kind of like bug situations where anybody's really scared of a bug because snails aren't really that scary. Just to do something, to say that I did something, to make a video, and to say that I came and visited everybody. I can do some journaling if I want to, just like where is everybody at today's date, who's on what shelf, and what information do I have about them at this moment. And talk about like the subadult females and stuff like that. I should go through and start to feed and water everybody. And I think last time I started with your Ornatas, and let's see how they're doing right now. I mean, the larger female is okay. They all have water in here. There are a few that I took water out of yesterday. And there's a label maker that I have here so I can simplify their labels a little bit more. But the labels are pretty decent. I mean, it just says Ornata. It has molt dates on them. It's the Ornato. Let's see. Coffee's good right now. I'm still sleepy. I don't like waking up early, and I'm going to have to keep like practicing waking up early now. It's time to get ready for that for sure. So no more sleeping in. Maybe after like the first few weekends, I can start to do that, so I can get my routine some variation and give myself some spice of life. But right now, it feels like the right thing to do is just to get myself used to pushing through the waking up early part. I said I was going to clean some tanks up. I can do that. Let's just look at the roaches right now. So we're going to do that, and then say we're done with our tarantula chores for the day. So I said hello. This is the Dubia and Madagascar hisser tank. Ooh. Got a lot of hair on top of there from the bunny cages, it looks like. All of these are not quite organized right now, so I can take them and just pick them up and organize them. Sorry, buddy. A couple have flipped over right there. One of the things I really like to do is get the fecal matter just out if I can. I have this extra tank right here. It's not being used for anything. So, this was obviously a snail tank at some point too, because you can see all the snail slime mucus left up there. Okay, so if I put these guys in here like that, these fit in here really nicely. And then I can grab the extra roaches out and see. It's going to get complicated in a second. But the goal isn't even to take anything out right now. It's just to move everything to the side. Let's get my coffee over here. Out of the way. This has nothing on it, so I'm going to put it over here on top of a blank tank or empty tank. This one does have stuff on it, so I'll put it on top of here. Everyone seems to be not moving, which is cool. Oh, cool. I see that there's an empty food dish too, so I can add some food right now. That'll be beneficial. And then the cucumbers and the apples have all been eaten down, which is a good sign that the apples are being used to the best of their abilities. There's a little fresh malted roach right there. And again, we got the humidity considerations with these guys. If this substrate's too dry, then the isopods will not make it. But they seem to be doing okay right now. I've got some young dubia in there too. Still, I see some of the isopods are going into the dirt too, so that's hopefully where they're at. Just kind of like going in to get more moisture access. Now I'm checking on the bottom here to make sure that there are no Madagascar hissers. I'm going to place this container off to the side. Again, we've got some more empty food bowls, essentially. I mean, it's just pretty much fecal matter and flakes of flakes. So I'm going to put those under here for the isopods to get access to. I'm going to put some more food in the food bowls here. And hopefully we'll have good isopod populations that way. Maybe some orange isopods will go into this section here, but I don't see any right now. Oh, there's a small dubia. Oh, there's a small orange dream isopod. They're really cool. And let's see. Oh, there's a few, and they're small ones. Okay, so it looks like they're starting to. Yeah. Oh, cool. Got quite a few now. Okay, so that's exciting to see that the isopod population, the exotic isopod population, is kind of moving southward. But the big thing I want to do right now, I'm going to check on my Madagascar hissers. See, we've got only a few large ones now. I see maybe 5 here, which is disappointing to say the least. Might be worth it to take a female and give her her own enclosure and then maybe bring a male in every once in a while and then have a lot of hiding spaces for the babies because I really do like the nutrition value of them. And I was hoping this little experiment would work where I could get a breeding population going here, but it doesn't seem like it's working out. So all I'm doing there is just a gravity drop to get all of the fecal matter down there. And now I can slowly put this back in, hopefully not squish anybody. But what I could also do is kind of scooch everybody down and then put this container back. So I'm going to try that right now. Look at this gorgeous female here. I used to love the root. They're definitely grab it. These females look like they're about to have just a bunch of babies. So pretty. And I've got the extra tanks for it, so I might as well get them somewhere safer. Hi, you are so chill too. Hey, you. At the very least, I'd like to just keep some babies off to the side. It looks like I've got maybe 3 gravid females. I don't know if it's gravid when you're talking about these. No, she's not so chill. But the way I believe that I can tell if these are females is that they don't have horns. So, and they're not hissing, so that means they're calm. All right, this is exciting. All right, I'm going to put these ladies. Well, I'm just going to put them right over here on top of this egg carton and see how much. No, yes. All right, good. They're going underneath. She's going underneath me. Really would should just do this one female because a bunch of babies would be enough. Just one female. Now I'm going to take the whole tank and just slide everybody down again. Everybody's going down because I don't want to squish a single guy. Come here. Hey, you. Little male's running, but he's okay because I'm not going to be going out there. And honestly, most of these guys are going to be okay. Wow, they're really climbing up here more. Okay. Well, so far, I mean, last time I didn't squish anybody. But if I don't do this right, I could contain some people down there too, and I don't want to do that. It's just not a perfect situation unless I take everybody out. All right, so another thing I could do is I could make little escape sections here so that nobody gets caught. Look at this guy just like out in here. Look how skinny you are. Did you get stuck under the last time? Oh, wow. Sorry. I don't like hurting anybody or scaring anybody. Okay, so let me just do a underneath sweep real quick. Try to put this down. I don't know. I might have somebody captured under there. I can't lift the whole thing up and check. Can I? No, today is too many thoughts about too many things right now. But this isn't a lot of poop either, so I could do less frequently going in like this. Just don't want to squish anybody or keep anybody captured under there. It's just too much space. You can try it one more time where I just kind of push it all in. Seems like this is a vacant area right here. Sweep my hand under. Grab as many out as possible, going towards that area. And it's done. Okay. This is the best case scenario I can do right now. I'm gonna grab, I have so many egg cartons in the other room. I'm going to go ahead and just use those for the female. Then I'm going to put in the separate tank. Now I'm just going to put a couple of these down right here. And go grab that food really quick. Which is here. Okay, so this is a generic fish flank that I got on the Amazon. I'm using old recycled container from previous one. That is not a dubia. That is not a hisser at all. This is a beetle I just found that I'm trying to make sure every time I see them I get them out. So I'm going to take it a little bit away. And those will come back. They're difficult to maintain. They get into the soil too, and they lay eggs. So hopefully if I just keep manually taking them out, the population will stay low enough. Seems to be the case, and I work on it like that consistently. And then this can go in like this. It's fine. Pour some more on top of there. Seems like it's the best to put the apple cores on the bottom. I'm even going to put some flakes down here just so they can have, like some of the young ones can have access to some. It's a lot of flakes. In case they need some and they can't get all the way up to where I was doing all of this stuff up here. Now I'm going to put some water in there for the isopods. You have a very calcified water out here, so I'm going to try to make sure I don't give it too much water. But I also want to make sure it's filtered water. That's what I meant to say. So that way the isopods can get their gills nice and wet. And really want to check underneath there to see how they're doing. But I'm going to just say the ones that are under there are under there now. So I'll try to clean this more frequently. Oh yeah, these are the females I'm going to keep. In fact, this can be the female tank right here. Hey, you're cool. You're cool. You're cool. So ideally, I don't want to have any substrate in here, but this could also help the babies, the young ones hide. And there's a dubia in here. Cool. What I can probably do also is take out a substrate later too for that. I'm just kind of giving those females an opportunity to not be overwhelmed and have like a calmer space. Maybe actually, let's see, this one might be safer for them because the lid is like this. Hey lady, where's that one I had? Here we go. So I can either put them in here, see what the lid's like. See, there's that right there. I can tape that up and then not have to worry about doing the transfer so much. But then if they get up into these grooves, then I've got an issue. So I can just put these guys down. There's so many options in this world. Taking the day to make things more complicated than they need to be, which is frustrating. Kind of the joy of a vacation day is you can make things more complicated for a little bit, but then you're wasting your day to do that. You just don't know what else to do with the day. I don't have a lot of like strict goals other than do something with the tarantulas, and maybe I should make a list maybe of things I need to get done. Okay, so take this soil, dump it into here, since this could be a potential breeding tank then. Well, these females are going to chill for a little bit because they're pretty cool. You're pretty cool. No, pretty you are. Okay. And then transfer. Vacuums can take up anything that get on the floor right now. Let's go ahead and sweep this down. Does not need to be perfect. Got some extra plants that could go maybe into here if I want to just make this a terrarium for other purposes. I've tried doing some stuff like that again, but for some reason Bavarians and get too complicated. Okay, so now I've got a cleared up tank. I've got some extra smaller pieces. Ay. Thank you for demonstrating how chill you guys can be. All right. So not all cockroaches are fast and scary. Sometimes they're just like, hey lady, stop doing that. As I'm in here, I'm seeing that this lid needs to be kind of reset there, just in case I do want to put a tarantula in there. I want to make sure it's not going to have an opportunity to escape. That wasn't funny pronunciation, sorry. Malapropisms. All right, then. All right, so this could be a cool little place for little ones to hide. Just a chill little piece of cork bark up here. And then looks like this thing will go like diagonal. Really. Oh, sweetie. And now I've got a kind of a female breeding tank there. For my hopeful extra male situation, I do have a 10-gallon back there. That is useful as well, but let's see, I'm going to keep these cork barks available for maybe that one. They're definitely having their male hiding spaces for them, and then maybe even some more hiding spaces for some little ones over here. Let's see if I got a bowl somewhere. I have an unending supply box just in case of situations like this. I'm like, hey, I might need a bowl for something. Again, I can put some of these just straight on the ground, but Madagascar hissers are great for climbing on glass and things like that, so this should be perfect for them. So they've got food now, and then I just need to chop up one of my apples either today or tomorrow. I think today is, I guess it's a better day, and I'll just buy another apple. I have a cheese party tomorrow. I was going to have the apple for the cheese party, but maybe I could do that, or I have some cucumbers. Apples just seem to work better. It's a $2 apple. I think I'm going to go grocery shopping anyway before the cheese party, and I already got the cheese and the bread. I don't need to make that more complicated either. Cheese are great to make parties with. There's like 3 other people coming. I've got honey, nuts, blackberries, and then I'm just going to do like sparkly drinks, which is like, in this case, lemon lime grape soda infused with oolong tea, which I probably can't even taste the oolong tea actually, because it was like cold brewed. I'll just have oolong tea off to the side for that too. So it's really not required. But yeah, I did something. It's progress. Yesterday was more progress, but geez, this is 26 minutes already. Have yourself a great day. Hope that you have goals and accomplishments in your life and minimal reasons to be upset for any reason. Cool that you're alive, right? Life is cool. All right. Take care. Have a good one.